Hello everyone! Guess what? You got your favorite goofy voice back for the update video. Woohoo! This video actually has a lot to unpack, but we will start with the smaller changes and build up to the exciting news. Some of these news will probably not be new for you as they have been added and shown for many events we've had, but I will still mention them for the people that didn't participate. So let's start with the first game, Parkour Tag. You might notice that there are no buttons anymore, but that's because it's been replaced by a sign. Right click this and you become the hunter. Your teammates will be teleported away from the hunter booth to make sure no one else is able to click the sign as well. And finally, all runners now have the runner vision. Now you will no longer be able to see other teams and name tags, so the Eye of Ender will be your only way of seeing the hunter through walls. Communication just became even more important. The fun thing is that Parkour Tag is not the only game that has signs now, because BattleBox also has them now. You are no longer forced to stay in line to pick your kit, as you are now able to click on your kit from the opposite side and still get it. Hopefully this finally puts an end to people getting the wrong kits, missing weapons, or getting no kit at all. For Rocket's Belief Rush, I think you all may remember that in the last event, people survived a lot. Yeah, and that's why the wall boosting has been adjusted. When doing so, you will now also break those blocks. This means you actually have to land on the platforms now. Ha! Going into Meltdown, 2 fixes have been done. The first one saves you from getting free spammed, as you can no longer hit a frozen player more than once. There is also kill credit now, so freezing a team that died to your hands will earn you coins. Ooh, and another thing in Meltdown. When you freeze and getting heated up, you will actually see a progress bar, just like MTC has it. In Dodgebolt, the arrow problem is hopefully a bit more fixed now, as well as music finally being added, so no more awkward rounds, yay? There are some prerequisites for reducing the risk of any arrow glitches. The first one is please keep your bow on the 9th slot. Switching it to the first slot in your inventory has a risk of putting the arrow there when the bow disappears. The next reason is to not stand on the block where the arrows spawn, as when it happens you may get hit by the arrow instead, thus losing it. If something happens, please just notify me and I will solve the problem. And oh, what's this? Oh look, it's the individual scores. You can finally go down and look at the top 10 players, as these scores update after each game. Unfortunately, you will not be able to see your own score on the side, only the top players, but still a neat addition. To access this, you should go down to where the Starbucks cafe used to be. Going into the larger changes, for survival games we have a new map. This time we're sent to a remote jungle island. Now this island is maybe a bit smaller than the previous map we had, and this time you will need to scavenge for the new chests, as you don't know where the juicy items are anymore. And since all of you wanted it, I have now made it so you spawn in your teams instead of being randomly spread out. And now, what you all have been waiting for. Welcome back, Sky Battle! An event with both Fui and Bamsi must have this game, so here it is. The big lag is finally solved, and it is far from as bad as it once was. And we also have a new planet-themed map. You can see it may be more Skywars based, as you will now have to bridge over a lot of more void. Be careful to not fall into it. And for the final touch, If you guessed that I made a new game, you are right. If you guessed Ace Race, congratulations! You're wrong. It's Grid Runners! Woohoo! After an abysmal experience of coding, it is hopefully fully functional. I will try to not reveal much of its content, but I think I need to address some details to ensure that no teams cheat or break rooms accidentally. Some rooms will put you in survival mode. This does not mean you should break the whole room, so please only break and place the blocks and items you're supposed to break and place. The same goes for saving items over each room if you manage to do that. What I mean to say is, do not do that. I will reveal one room to you, and that is Bakery. This is most likely the hardest of the mods, so beware. Testers have completed this room numerous times, so it is not impossible, but you have been warned. About the scoring, Grid Runners uses pretty much the same as MCC. Now, however, when the score counts the rooms, you will not be seeing it in chat. Instead, you will only seeing it in the tab. Now, you will probably notice these scores will be pretty high, but don't worry, when all the scores are counted, they will all be divided by 4. Another important detail I will need to add is that this game has a big risk of lagging a ton in the beginning, specifically when all teams are inside the second room. I am sorry for this, and I hope I can find some sort of solution in the future for that. As we now have 10 games, the Decision Dome will change after the first 4 games have been played. 2 games will replace games that already have been played, so make your wise choices on what 2 games you want to skip. That is it for this event, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Also, spectators should be able to join the server now. There is most likely no extra lag from these extra players anymore.